First off, I wanted to start by thanking the Alworth Foundation for the wonderful opportunity they provided me to study at the University of Minnesota Duluth. I'm currently a chemistry major there. Oh, my name is Cody, by the way. I graduated from Duluth East High School, class of 2015. And to me, one of the biggest things that I learned in high school that my teachers showed me is how to take tests and how to study for tests. In middle school, the testing, it's certainly important with the MCAs and such, but you don't really learn good techniques on how to actually do well in a really high pressure situation when your grade depends almost entirely on a midterm exam or a final exam score. And high school really did a great job with the tests were worth more of your grade than they are in middle school, and also just having to take the ACTs, the PSATs, the plan test, all of that preparation for those really helps in college by making you sit down and study really, really hard to do well on these tests. And then having already had so much experience with testing in high school, when you get to college, you can take a final exam that is a very difficult class or something and still do well on it just because you're used to that pressure situation. One of the other things that high school really does well is it forces you to go to class. It makes attendance mandatory, which is so important in college too. It's definitely not hard to sit in a class of 250 people and think to yourself, wow, I probably don't have to be here. No one would notice if I wasn't here. But if you start skipping class and such, it can become a habit. And when it becomes a habit, it's very hard to do well in a class. I have a lot of friends that have dropped out of school now just because they weren't going to class, they weren't doing their homework, and they weren't passing tests and such. So I've made it a goal of mine to try to go to every single class, every single semester, and I've done pretty good so far. But yeah, so just by showing up to class, you learn the way that the professor lectures, and you also can learn then the way that they write test questions and the way that their homework is based. And in-class assignments and such and teamwork and stuff, it gives you a nice group to study with and such for the final exams or midterms or whatever the challenge may be there. Another important thing that I learned in high school was what a college curriculum would look like. I was fortunate at Duluth East High School. We offer a lot of CITS or college in the school courses or advanced placement courses as well. And I know some students that didn't have that opportunity at smaller schools outside of Duluth, so I was very fortunate in that I did. And it kind of gives you a nice, almost like a step ladder. You start as a freshman or a sophomore at high school, and then you learn how to take a high school course. You learn that it's a little bit more difficult than middle school, and you have to apply yourself a lot more. And when you start to take the CITS and AP courses, you are essentially taking a college course that is giving you the time frame that a high school course has. You have a full year to learn the material as opposed to just the one semester that you're given in college. And then when you do get to college, it moves a lot faster. But I think being able to sit through the CITS courses in high school and really understand the material that was provided to us allowed me the opportunity to, then all I had to do was really to step up to the college level was just learn the pace of the courses. And the Alworth Scholarship has actually been really, really helpful in that too, being able to spend a lot of time studying on these one semester courses as opposed to the full year, just by helping cut back on work hours and such too. So again, I wanted to thank you guys for that and hope everyone is enjoying their lunch.